baby. We back. So excited to be back. Haven't been out in the wild for a long time. I'm driving the new rig today. When I say new, I am referring to a 2008 Ford F-150. Pretty excited about that because it's a lot more space in this thing than my old 4Runner. So, pretty excited about that. Really excited about just, the trap setting is always fun, but what's obviously the most fun is checking your traps. So I'm really excited about tomorrow morning and checking the traps. For one, my oldest daughter wants to come with, so I'm really excited about that. But, all right, we're gonna loop around and park here. I'm gonna go scout out some spots here. Got the tiniest bit of moon that's helping us see a little bit, but it's dark and it's cold. If you want to say that, it is 19 degrees, I think, or 18 now. Yeah, so it's colder than I would have hoped, but that's okay. We're in Minnesota. Can't expect 75-degree weather all the time. Right. Always a little unnerving to be out here in the dark by yourself. But plus side, I'm not by myself. Been hearing beavers splashing around all over the place. So never really alone out in the woods. Just a reminder. You hear that? See if it does it again. You can hear it. Yeah, it's right out there. Or just a big adult getting mad. But you can see what it's done already. You know, these weren't like this last time I was here, so they've been pretty active already. So actually this might be a good spot somewhere in here. Yeah. Now we'll get a trap set up. I'll find a spot and set something up in here. Tell you what, those beavers are not thrilled with me out here. You can hear one right on the shore over here. And there's a couple out in the pond. Yeah, glad I got my pistol with me. But anyway, so got my first trap set here. This is an easy choke point. They come right up here. They come up and they shoot all this willow. So this is an easy spot. There's a very good chance that they come out elsewhere around here because the bank is fairly flat. It looks steep, but it's fairly flat right up to the water, so they might go around it. But I was gonna put a little bit of caster here just to make them kind of ponder what's going on. Take your safeties off. I missed this crucial step a couple times this last fall, but man, look at that. That's just perfect. You know, they come right up here, boom, dead. Got anchored in. Just in case, man, there's a big one out here. It's almost grunting at me. All right, so we're gonna call this one good. Put a little caster, like I said, out here. Let me get that popped open. I'm sure these are gonna set you down. Caster smells good. You know it's good. Alright, let's stick y'all. A little glob of this. It is a little frozen, unfortunately. I'll just put a tiny bit here. And then I'm going to put some on both sides. The reason being is that if a beaver does circumvent this trap, maybe that'll go back the other way over here. So I'm just gonna do another glob, kind of smear it up here a little bit. They have extremely good senses of smell, so that's the main reason here. Toss that right there. I'll just do a little bit more up here. Don't be stingy on this stuff. You know, I was stingy, this spring here, or this fall here. And I got a lot left, and I don't know if it's worth having, a whole bunch left. So I'm just gonna
hand in there. Alright. Well, let's see. I'm really curious if I can. I really want to spot one, but I just cannot seem to spot one. Yeah, alright. We're going to leave it like that. These things have been so ticked off about me. We're going to get going. Move to the next spot. Big trick with trapping is don't forget your shit, man. 'Cause you need so much stuff for trapping. It's so easy to just leave it all. You know, then you gotta backtrack and figure out where you left it. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So, alright, let's keep on moving. Alright, this is an excellent spot for a trap. I truly have no idea why I didn't trap it this last fall, if it was even here. But look at this, you can see this is very recently. They traveled here this morning. It was wet. It's 18 degrees, so go ahead. I get a trap right down there, right in that crack. It's probably the tightest pinch point. I could do right here too, honestly. It doesn't really matter, but they're traveling across here, which is interesting. So once I set this trap, I'm gonna cross the hill here and just see where they're going. Pretty sure they're going into the drainage ditch, but my question is, why are they going into the drainage ditch? It makes me wonder if their lodge this whole time has been in the drainage ditch. 'Tis a mystery, because I checked out the lodge just a little bit ago and it doesn't look like there's any activity. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why I didn't catch anything with my under ice sets. So, yeah, no, we'll go ahead and set one 3:30 here and do a little more exploring. Next set is done. Well, just about. Safety. Maybe. Let's get this one off at least. This should be an easy run for them. It's, like I said, I'm kind of surprised I never set one over here this fall, but maybe this trail was in here. Hard to say. So I scouted through here a lot, but I got a little caster there, caster on a stick to broadcast. I'm using a lot of caster this time of year, just because beavers are very territorial. And what happens in the spring here is the young ones get kicked out, the old ones, not the old ones, but like the yearlings, the 2-year-olds and above, they are territorial because it's mating season. So you put a little extra caster here from some random ass beaver, they're not gonna be thrilled. So I got the trap set up. I got 2 anchors, unnecessary, but I figure it's kind of a wobbly spot, so I just want to make sure it's well seated. Tip it back just a tiny bit. Not that matters, but alright, we'll see what happens. And on to the next one. Alright, so I'm following that trail. Deer trail that way. Let's see what's over here. I generally like to walk off trails, especially for deer and beavers. This is a huge spot right here. I don't know how deep it is. Most of these drainage ditches aren't super deep. They're coming in here for some reason. It's not a good spot to set up a blind set. I could set up a caster mound here. Probably be a pretty good spot for it, actually. Hard part is the ground is frozen. I'd have to go back and grab my waders. See, I got a couple drowning rigs as well, but I don't really like walking in the water when I can't see anything when it's pitch black. It's weird. Current's going the other way with that whatever whatever that is going that way. Whatever. So I might wait on this. I might come back here and set something here, because I'm gonna be here tomorrow to check traps with my daughter. Maybe I'll set a drowning rig right here, because I don't know how deep this water is either. When you set a drowning rig, you generally want fairly, I mean, not super deep water, but deeper. You know, drainage ditches here in Renville County aren't generally super deep, but this is pretty far across, and it is early in the year, so it might be 2 or 3 feet deep, which would be about right. So I don't know. I think this is a good spot for a future caster mound. You can see the tracks. I mean, they have just walked on this. Oh, okay. There's Beaver right here. Scared the shit out of me. All right, we're gonna go set up one more blind set. I think we're gonna call it. Actually, you know what? There you buzz. See, I always have a headlamp and then a spotlight. I wonder if there's a lodge over here somewhere. I don't know. I have to do some exploration. So, yeah, something splashed. So the benefit of having a lodge out here, aside from knowing where the beavers are, is in your different counties, there's a bounty on beavers. If you get marked for an approved location, they'll pay $75 a beaver in some places, you know, especially if they're damaging the ditch. So these guys, they're damaging the ditch, which looks like they are. These banks are eroding pretty badly. You know, you can get $75 a beaver at that point. You don't even have to worry about the fur. Just trap them, and you know. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna just leave them, but still, super cool. I'll have to check it out later. Well, got another one of these trails. I'm gonna go ahead and set a blind down there, but very fresh. I mean, like, this is mud and frozen water from last night, or tonight. It's, you know, like 5:30. So this is gonna be a good spot. I might do another caster mount somewhere. It involves me getting my waders on, which I'm a little hesitant about. I think I might, like I said, I think I might just do that tomorrow. Set up one with my daughter, have her check that out if she's willing to come with me. If not, I guess I'm going by myself. Let's go ahead and get this thing set up, and we gonna bounce. All right, got my last one set here. Pop shift these off. This is a Belle Isle trap. I don't know if I like them yet. My first one, Belle Isle Super Magnum 330. I like it. It's, you know, you can see the quality difference. Those Dukes and this Belle Isle, or, well, the Dukes I've had for a longer time, but I had this Belle Isle under the water for about the same amount of time as my Dukes, and the Dukes are rusted to shit, whereas this looks almost brand new. Like, there's some spots of rust down here, but the reason I don't like it is, and this is gonna sound kind of nuts, is it's like almost too strong. Like, it's a pain in the ass to set, you know. And I got a setting tool, obviously, but it's, yeah, it's kind of a pain. I do like the safeties though. The safeties are 10 times better than Dukes. Duke's safeties are, I mean, they're cheap, but I mean, keep in mind a Duke is cheap. I know a lot of people swear by Belle Isle, and I thought I'd try it. And, you know, I'm comfortable with Duke, so it'll probably just take me a little bit of time to get used to it, but yeah, still learning. Yeah, so you might wonder why I have so many rebar sticks there. I had an extra one and I didn't want to carry it back, so I just shoved it there, but I figured a beaver might try to like push through there. I don't think it would, but I just like, well, let's just do that. I also got my cable on a little slim here, which is kind of slick. And yeah, I got that secured back there, which not going anywhere. But that's my last blind set. I did put some caster right there. Put some up here to broadcast. You can see this, look at this. See the water beating out? like a beaver just bit out of this. And this is pretty high off the ground, so talking a pretty good sized beaver. So we'll see what we got. I haven't heard any splashing for a while, so I don't know if they decided to leave or they're sleeping or they're all dead in traps. I don't know. We'll find out. So anyway, that's setting traps for spring of 2026. I'm going to do caster mound tomorrow or whenever I get a chance with the drowning rig. Drowning rigs are tough in this location specifically. I think I said this in the fall, but the pond out here is deep. It gets very deep. I think it's like 20 or 30 feet deep, but it doesn't get deep until you're way out from the shore. So I had to, for a drowning rig, you gotta really get a long cable. So I have like a 15 or 16 foot cable I built. So we're gonna try that, but like I said, I don't really right now feel super comfortable walking around in the water, even with waders in the dark here. Maybe that's just me being a pussy. I don't know, just don't want to get stuck and sink or something like that. You know, out here by yourself, you just got to think about stuff like that. So, all right, I'm gonna head back. This is probably being too optimistic. I am gonna check my traps before I leave because there's so much activity, and I put this caster here. Beavers are beavers. At the end of the day, they're not the brightest bulb in the bulb box. So I'm just gonna double check them and then head on home. So hope you guys had a good time watching. Have a blessed day. Thanks. Bye.